First impressions are everything. Whether you're going on a first date, interviewing for your dream job, or meeting potential new friends, how you come across in those first crucial moments can make or break the entire interaction. But don't worry, with some clever psychological tricks up your sleeve, you can master the art of making an amazing first impression every single time. We're going to look into 11 psychologically backed ways to make people like you from the moment you meet them. Number 1. The quick eyebrow raise to look friendlier. As humans, we make thousands of micro-expressions with our faces that communicate subtle emotions and messages. One powerful micro-expression is the eyebrow raise. By briefly raising your eyebrows when first meeting someone, you subconsciously communicate feelings of pleasantness and emotional warmth. Studies show people view others who raise their eyebrows as more likable, approachable, and trustworthy. When you first greet someone, as you say, "Hello, nice to meet you," raise your eyebrows very briefly for just a split second. This subtle cue makes you seem friendlier and more welcoming. You can combine it with a genuine smile too. Just don't overdo the eyebrow raising, or you may come across as surprised or shocked. Number 2. The name link. Using someone's name when you first meet them is a great way to make them feel important and engage their attention. But there's an extra psychological boost you can give the name use by associating it with a compliment or positive comment. Sarah, that's such a lovely name. I had a teacher named Sarah that I really admired. Or John, nice firm handshake you've got there. My grandfather John always gave the best handshakes. This subtle linking of their name to something positive creates a subconscious warm feeling about you. When you first exchange names, quickly think of a positive human trait, personal strength, or genuine compliment you can link to their name without overdoing it. It makes the name exchange more memorable and leaves a great first impression. Number 3. The small favor trick for instant likability. Many psychologists believe we subconsciously like people more after doing them a small favor, thanks to the idea of cognitive dissonance reduction. If someone asks you for minor help, like holding a door or lending a pen, and you agree to help them, your brain then convinces itself you must like this person in order to rationalize your helpful behavior. When making a first impression, you can capitalize on this by asking the person for a quick, simple favor right after meeting them. So something as easy as, "Could you hold my coffee for 1 second while I get my phone?" can go a long way. Within the first couple of minutes of meeting, politely ask the person to do a minor, innocuous favor, like holding something, lending a pen, or reaching something for you. Thank them afterward. This subconscious tendency means their brain will then naturally start viewing you as more likable. Number 4. Personality mirroring. People tend to unconsciously mirror and synchronize their behaviors with those around them that they like and feel a connection toward. You can use this psychological tendency to your advantage by subtly mirroring the person's body language, facial expressions, vocal tones, and accent patterns. It creates a sense of clicking. For example, if they speak quietly in a mellow tone, speak in the same quiet, mellow tone yourself. If they use certain hand gestures, try mirroring those same gestures in your own movements about 30 to 60 seconds later. Observe the person's non-verbal behaviors and communication style, then gradually start mirroring their voice tones, volume, accent, body posture, arm movements, etc. in a subtle way. This mental synchronizing will make them subconsciously feel more likable toward you. Number 5. Eye gaze. In most Western cultures, keeping proper eye contact is viewed as a sign of confidence, trustworthiness, and active listening. Too little eye contact can make you seem distracted, shy, or dishonest. Too much prolonged eye contact starts feeling uncomfortably intense. There's a psychological sweet spot to hit. The perfect balance is maintaining eye contact for 7 to 10 seconds at a time, briefly breaking it to look away, then re-establishing eye contact again in a natural cycle. This conveys sincerity without coming across as confrontational. During your first conversation, focus on keeping your eye gaze towards the other person's eyes for 7 to 10 seconds before briefly looking away to reset your gaze. Repeat this natural cycle. Combine it with open, confident body posture, and you'll seem credible and fully engaged. Number 6. The power of posture. Your body posture and positioning communicate strong, non-verbal cues about your confidence and self-assurance. Good posture, with shoulders back and an upright stance, conveys high self-confidence. Meanwhile, slouching, hunching over, or crossing your arms can signal nervousness, low self-esteem, or disinterest. Right before your first impression, take a moment to reset your posture and body positioning. Pull your shoulders back, keep your chin up, and maintain an upright posture while keeping your arms uncrossed and relaxed at your side. This open posture silently conveys quiet confidence. Number 7. The double pause for a calm, composed vibe. We've all met someone who was fidgety, rambled, or struggled to hold a conversational pause, and it made them seem anxious or nervous. Remaining calm and composed, with the confidence to pause briefly during your speech, displays self-assurance. When meeting someone new, the ideal timing is using a double pause. Stop for a 1 to 2 second pause after you finish a statement or thought, then add a second 1 to 2 second pause before continuing on. This double pausing technique exudes a sense of composure and gravitas when speaking. During your first impression, be mindful to add 2 very brief 1 to 2 second pauses in between your statements or thoughts. Pause after finishing one statement, then pause again before moving on to the next part. It's a subtle psychological cue that you're a calm, confident communicator. Number 8. Finding common goals to instantly bond. When two people realize they share a common goal, passion, or aspiration, it immediately builds a small sense of bonding between them. Finding common ground puts others at ease and creates feelings of rapport. You can utilize this tendency by raising potential goal commonalities early in conversations when making a first impression. If meeting someone in a work context, you could say, "I'm really passionate about doing great work that creates a positive impact. What matters most to you in your career?" This unearths potential common goals. Do a little research ahead of time to try anticipating potential common goals the other person may have, depending on the context. Then find a smooth way to bring up your own goals to see if they seem aligned. If so, emphasize and expound on the common ground you've discovered. Number 9. Callback memento, the conversation starter. Having a physical item that reminds you of a personal passion or interest can be a great icebreaker and conversation piece when first meeting someone. It gives you an easy way to briefly discuss something meaningful and memorable about yourself. It's a psychological cue that you're a unique, multi-layered person. For example, you could wear a piece of jewelry that relates to your hobby, culture, or values, or keep a small trinket in your pocket related to one of your biggest life goals or dreams. Use this callback memento strategically to inject some personal color into your introduction. Identify a small personal item you can easily keep on you that ties into your personality, heritage, interests, or ambitions. It could be a piece of jewelry from your culture, a small token from a memorable trip, or an object representing your biggest goals and dreams. When making your first impression, you can naturally work this personal item into the conversation by saying something like, "Oh, this bracelet was given to me by my grandparents who immigrated here from Mexico. Their story of courage has always inspired me." Or, I actually have my late grandfather's vintage wristwatch from when he served in WW2. He was my personal hero growing up. Having this meaningful callback memento allows you to seamlessly segue into sharing an interesting snippet about your background, experiences, or values. It makes you seem multidimensional as a person and generates rapport through the shared personal story, all while leaving a memorable impression. Number 10. Compliment details. Rather than giving generic compliments when first meeting someone, you can make a better impression by giving very specific, nuanced compliments about precise details you've noticed. These hyper-specific compliments come across as more genuine, thoughtful, and unique. For example, rather than just saying, "nice shirt," you could compliment the specific color pattern or tiny design details like, "I really like that subtle burgundy and gold pattern in your shirt. It's an interesting blend of colors I don't see often." People subconsciously perceive these nuanced compliments about little details as more sincere, since it shows you're being truly observant and intentional with your praise. It's flattering and thoughtful. Take a few moments when first meeting the person to look for small, unique details you can authentically compliment, whether it's a groovy accessory or an intricate pattern on their clothing. This psychological trick makes your praise seem more carefully intentioned and thoughtful rather than gushy or disingenuous. It's very flattering. Number 11. Dress to impress, but don't overdo it. Your visual appearance and how you present yourself make a big impact on first impressions. You want to look polished and put together, but not so over the top that it seems like you're trying too hard or being inauthentic. Finding the just right balance is key. Aim for an elevated look that's still relaxed and true to your personal style. Avoid anything too flashy, over-accessorized, or high-maintenance that could come across as showy or vain. Keep it simple, neat, and pulled together in a way that feels like the best version of yourself. A good rule of thumb is to aim for something you'd wear for an important meeting or fancy event, but dial it back just a notch so you still look sharp without seeming like you're attending a red carpet gala. Choose high-quality fabrics and pay attention to proper fit. Subtle touches like a fresh haircut or shined shoes can make you look crisp. The goal is to seem mature, stylish, and well-kept, not flashy. It's human nature to make snap judgments about new people within seconds of meeting them based on subtle cues and behaviors. By hacking into psychology, you can control what those snap judgments are and ensure you're putting your best foot forward. From harnessing the power of personality mirroring and eye gaze to vocal variety and hyper-specific compliments, the little psychological tricks and strategies in this guide will have you putting your best foot forward each time you meet someone new. With consistency and practice, making stellar first impressions filled with warmth, confidence, and engagement will become second nature. If you have made it this far, let us know what you think in the comments section below. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.